All right, go ahead.
Jerry, are you talking about the Mark Meckler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on.
Okay. Yeah. I thought that was he talked about these 3 endorsements we got recently, and I kind of have a sense that that's a kind of a sign to me of building momentum, that we're getting high-profile endorsements from people that have influence on others.
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing.
I guess this Reverend Dodson, is it?
Yep.
Dr. Dodson.
Dr. Dodson. I guess he's, my goodness, I guess he's got quite a following. More than I realized. What he said, something like 7 million or something like that?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, those kind of endorsements, man, that's gotta have an impact. You would think.
If you're impressed by 7 million, remember Mark Meckler said he wants COS to have 30 million.
Right, I know. Well, and you know what's significant about the 30 million number?
That's 10%.
That's right, and that's what. And he claims that. I can't remember how he exactly says it, but if you can get 10% of the population to follow you, you can control the agenda, or you can get things done. I guess is what it is.
Yeah, I think that you become kind of an irresistible force.
Okay, all right.
People cannot ignore you then.
All right. So what do you two predict will be the midterm election results? Republican versus Democrat. Huh?
Good question.
I don't know what to believe. You listen to one side and you think there's a blue wave coming, then you listen to the other side and there's no, it's not a blue wave, it's a red wave.
So I look at a site called Election Betting Odds.
Oh yeah.
And that's usually the best predictor, better than polls. It's where people are betting in Las Vegas on these kind of things. And it's got Republicans retaining Senate control is 81%. Democrats gaining control at 18%. Then as far as the House, it's got the Democrats gaining control at 64% and the Republicans gaining control at 35%. So if you go by that, the Dems will get the House, but Republicans will retain the Senate.
Yeah, I heard a guy today that been very accurate in predictions for quite some time, and he thinks that it'll wind up with probably 57 Republican senators, and he thinks the Republicans will lose some House seats but still have control. And one of the things I really think is that all this Kavanaugh hearings and stuff has been highly motivating to Republicans to get out the vote. So I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. But
I just don't see. I just can't believe that the Democrats could win that many House seats to take control of the House. I guess I just can't hardly believe that. Well, anyway, who knows?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's hard to believe that they could. It'll be interesting to see, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
My wish is the Republican wave that increases both the House and the Senate majorities, but I don't know. I guess that's why they vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the things that have been going on, the hate and the Kavanaugh fiasco, I just cannot understand how people could vote Democratic. I mean, you know, if you're obviously if you're a lifelong Democrat, you know, I could understand you probably would do that anyway. But if you're an independent or anyone on the fence, I just don't see how you could do that. Plus, I think what's going to work in favor for the Republicans is now that Hillary and Bill are now going to do a tour.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. You know how, I mean, they will both get out there and say stupid things, and it'll do. I don't think it'll do. I think it'll hurt the Democratic Party more than help. And that's just how I see it. Anyway, let's get started. I guess Susan's not going to be joining us tonight. What I got here is I got Gary's Region Captain status report. Can you all see that? Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I got his status report for the month of September. Now, Gary was. And Gary and I have talked about this. This call was supposed to have been last Tuesday, and this report was supposed to have been finished for last Tuesday's meeting, but it wasn't. So we extended it for another week. And so, Gary, you wanna go over this, talk about this?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. So the upper part kind of relates to things that I've done in terms of recruiting and so forth. A couple of prospects that I've been able to contact, but don't have anybody else nailed down to be district captains. Some people I've talked to that are interested. I'm working on follow-ups with them. If we get down to the district activity summary.
Well, what about Victoria Morning there? What's the status on her now?
Well, kind of how I left that when I had a conversation with her. She has like a little netbook, not a regular laptop. She was kind of concerned about how that would work with the training. And so I talked to Rachel and asked Rachel if she would just give her a call and have a chat with her and talk about how the training might work. And I think the last time I talked to Rachel, she hadn't been able to reach out to her yet, but I thought maybe the two of them could kind of have a little more of a connection, and Rachel might help me out in terms of recruiting her. Victoria is a very accomplished woman, but she's she's kind of at the retirement point, not sure how committed she wants to be to something new and how it might work just having a netbook as opposed to, a regular laptop or desktop computer. So I think she'd be a very strong district captain if we can bring her on board. She ran her own business for a number of years, and then later on she was fairly high up in working for Vera Bradley.
Okay, where's District 50? I can't remember now.
District 50 is Markle, Huntington, that area.
Okay.
Sort of south and west of Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I know we've been. I was looking for a district captain down there back when I was region captain, so it's been open for a long time down there.
I've had conversations with several people who were kind of interested maybe in being more active, but not enough to want to take on the district captain role. I've got two people whose names I have as volunteers that were, interested in being more active.
Okay.
And then,
Now, let me ask you another question, Gary. How much of the training process are you taking on now as the region captain?
well, essentially not much of anything yet. Rachel and I talked about this, and it's, the plan to transition it to me. And I don't know if she wants me to sit in on some more training sessions before she passes that off to me or not. But
Okay. All right. Ultimately, as you know, the training responsibility will go to the region captains.
right.
Once we get a full set of region captains. So ultimately, that was the plan for the training program, and then Rachel would become more of a train-the-trainer. So she would be the person that the region captains would consult for training purposes for their region. But it would be the region captains would be actually doing the training, or most of it at least.
Right.
I'll just say most of it, I think. So I know we kind of started in that direction when we had you and Mindy alike as another region captain, but we didn't get very far with it. Mindy dropped out, so.
Yeah, I assume would Paul still do the legislative part and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but once again, you as the region captain would be responsible for seeing that new district captain got through the different modules. Not that you would do all of them, but like you said, Paul's module would still be his, and
Yeah, I don't know. Are you, is that something that we should press forward on, having me do that? I mean, I can talk to Rachel and see. I kind of sense she has a lot of other people to do training with besides in this region. I guess I don't really look at that and see who else she's working with. I think I may have lost contact with you, Dale.
Are you still there, Gary?
I'm still here, but my screen disappeared.
Yeah, it looks like Dale left the meeting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Now he's calling me. Let me see. Hey, Dale.
Something went wrong with my
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what did it. But I'll be back probably about 9:30.
Okay.
All right.
We need to basically get out of it and then get back in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. I'll let Paul know.
Yeah.
Well, he's still on with me on the conference. Okay. Okay, bye. Did you get that, Paul?
Yeah, I'll get off and back on.
Yeah. Okay, very good. He said about 9:30, so maybe we'll give it a few minutes.
Oh, we have to wait until 9:30?
Well, he said probably about 9:30. I'm thinking I'll get off and then wait a couple minutes and then try again.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Bye.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
It's me, Gary.
Hey Gary, this is Paul.
Yeah, Paul. I see Dale, but I don't see his screen.
Yeah, I saw him sign in. There he is.
Hey guys, are you still there?
We are
Yes,
here.
you are.
I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I got a blue screen and a message that said something had happened and that it was shutting down.
Yeah, the screen of death.
Is it? Well, okay. I'm sure sorry about that. But nothing I could do.
Yeah.
Well, now I have to find that report again that we were talking about. I hear an echo back there somewhere. Gary, is that you?
Might be.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I think we had we were talking about training, and we had pretty well, I think, finished the upper part of this report, which was for the region captain. So you want to pick up, Gary, and go with the district captains then?
Dale, I see one thing on the report that we need to correct.
What's that?
For legislators, District 82, that's in row 14 all the way to the right. It's Representative Abbott, A-B-B-O-T-T.
Oh.
David Ober was appointed to some state utility commissions last year, and David Abbott is the guy who replaced him.
Okay, we can fix that. Okay, bingo.
Perfect.
Okay, and Gary, we talked about. I'm trying to locate here. Oh.
Yeah. Do you want me to try to press Rachel to have me take over that training for these district captains in this region?
Well, yeah. I mean, that would, certainly help her. I would think.
Okay, well, I'll have a conversation with her about that.
Do you feel comfortable doing that?
Oh, more or less, mostly less, but anyway, I think I have sort of an outline of what she covers in each one, but I'll look at that and see before we launch that. I'll have a conversation with her and I'll ask her if she thinks I'm ready, maybe.
I'll tell you what, Gary, you feel free to talk to her about this, but there may be some changes that we may be making between now and the end of the year as a result of our strategic planning meeting this Saturday.
Okay.
So you can talk to her about this. Don't feel like you got to rush into it, though.
Okay.
Like I said, we may have some changes to be made.
Okay. Will she be at the meeting?
Will she be at the meeting? I assume she will be. Yeah, she was invited.
Okay. So.
Paul, are you getting any responses on that, or?
I'm sorry, responses on what?
Attending the strategic planning meeting.
I didn't ask for any. I just told everybody to be there.
Right.
So,
Think we
maybe
ought to.
just you and me, huh, Dale? If nobody else shows up.
Who are we supposed to be inviting?
No, there's no one for you to invite. Gary.
Okay, I thought.
No, Paul and I sent out the invitations. It's mainly the support people, you and a couple of district captains.
Okay.
I think there's about 12 of us.
Okay.
I think it's 13 is the total. Jack Dirks is in 10 too.
What we probably ought to get an idea, Paul, as to who's going to be there.
Okay.
It's some more work.
I'm taking care of it right now. I got thumbs up from George Ward and Jerry Rowe on my post to review the material. I know Jack's going to be there. You and I are going to be there. Gary, you're going to be there, right?
Yep, I'll be there.
So Rodney said he's going to be there. He wants a speaking part.
Right.
But I'll get a message out asking everybody to RSVP.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Carpool down or?
I'm gonna head out early myself.
Okay.
I'd just soon go down by myself.
I'm okay to carpool, Gary.
Okay, well, I was thinking maybe George wanted to meet up with us somewhere. And
Oh, wait a minute. George is with us. That'd be fun. The three of us can share a ride down there.
Okay, let's go on with the report here.
Okay, so moving
Oh
on
man,
down
that's
the
recorded, and I was saying those things about George.
Yeah, that's all recorded. I'm gonna send it to Rodney too. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so moving on down in the report, we've got the district captains. I had lunch today with Terry King, and he kind of felt like he didn't really do anything much in September, just because of personal stuff going on. But he says he does really has conversations with people about convention estates and talks to people. So made note of that, and I kicked around some ideas for things that we can potentially do going forward.
Okay, so you feel confident he's still on board with us?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. George Ward, you can see stuff he put in, and
do you understand what that means? In a senator meeting? Oh, met with Sue Glick. Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably Sue Glick, yeah.
With AFP rep for Howdy. Is that code? Is that code for something?
I think that's probably
about that meeting. He went with the AFP guy, and it was not Landon. Graham Rembarger.
Graham.
Yeah, so he and Graham went to say hi to Susan Glick. That's what
So he was there just to say howdy.
Yeah. She still doesn't support us, but she met with him anyway.
Right.
So they didn't actually do a 34 ready presentation? that how you take that, Paul?
Yeah, he did not do that.
Okay. He says he has one new signer, volunteers, and I assume that was something he was doing, calling around the state, not necessarily just in his district. He had 13 calls.
Right.
Assisted in Plymouth meeting. I'm not entirely certain what that was. And he was in on the state call.
Okay.
So he stayed pretty active. Ron Wiley, had a couple conversations with Ron. I'm still trying to reach out to him earlier this evening. And he is he's kind of stuck in a rut on the training because he hadn't been able to get into district dashboard for some reason. And I don't understand that, but I'm going to connect with him again. I guess I think I told you that Jerry had, remote control of his computer and they still couldn't get it connected. So we'll take another crack at that. Bob Glasscock, let's see, what is that? I guess he tried to Facebook friend Representative Judy and David Long, sorry, a supporter. Of course, David's going out at the end of the year, so
yeah,
a lot to do there. He did make a couple volunteer calls and tuned in on the recordings on the state call and did a couple of training webinars.
All right, that's not what we're trying to get him to do in that area.
I guess we want active people participating when the call is live.
No. Watching the recorded version on the state call is okay. I'm talking about the district call down here.
Okay. Oh.
We're trying to get the district captains to conduct a call with people in their district, and that can be an email, that can be a newsletter, or a conference call if they wanted to try that. But I'm thinking something more in the line of some written communication to people in their district.
Okay.
Some informational type communication to the people in their district.
Okay.
So and he needs to understand what that means.
Okay.
Okay, what else?
Email, something like that, some kind of communication.
Right.
Okay. I will, I'll get with him on that. Going on to the next column, I've got Stu Haggerty's name in there because Bill Papike asked to step down from that role. He had put in calls to both Bob Morris and Dennis Cruz requesting meetings, but had not actually had a meeting with either one. I think Bob Morris is kind of a not really a supporter, and Dennis Cruz, I think he kind of felt like Dennis wasn't too anxious to meet on account of the fact that Indiana has passed it, but hopefully Stewart will have some better luck there once we get him trained.
Right, I know he's just getting started.
Yeah, and I called him a couple days ago, and he had the bad flu and asked me to give him a week or so before I contact him, try and get with him again about training and stuff. So
Okay.
he said, and this again, Bill Pike, he said he probably had a half a dozen or more conversations with people. He meets with a lot of people, and if opportunities arise, he, has brought up convention of states, and, it's like that's something he will continue to do that, even though he's not going to be his district captain. Ed and Lowell have been doing stuff, getting ready for the gun show that's this coming weekend.
Yeah. Are they set for that?
I think they're pretty much set. He needs to pick up the banners and so forth for me, but we've got a spreadsheet on Google Docs where several people have signed up to volunteer. George and I are both on there. And I think Ed plans to be there pretty much all the time that it's open, and there may be a couple up as well. I sent it out to mostly people right in this area. We didn't really broadly advertise it because we don't need that many volunteers for it, I don't feel, but I don't know, maybe I should have promoted the, asked for more volunteers, but anyway.
Okay.
This is really kind of a trial run for us on the gun show. I feel like see how it goes, see if we can, see what kind of response we get from people. And there are probably at least a half a dozen gun shows a year here in Fort Wayne. If this proves to be an effective way to reach people, then something we want to try and do more of in the future. If it's not very effective and useful, then maybe we'll reevaluate and try some other things.
Okay. All right. Back up. Remember we talked about this with the state senator.
Yeah.
Like we got Liz Brown here and covered by 2 district captains, and we want one or the other there. So we got 1 district captain assigned to the senator.
Right.
Matter of fact, you got Liz Brown, you got Dennis Cruz also assigned twice.
Yeah. Yeah, to get with the guys on that and sort that out as to who's going to contact each of those senators.
Well, you got 3 district captains and 2 senators there.
Right. The way those districts, and basically I just looked at district dashboard and said, look to see whose Senate district they were in, and 2 of them are in Liz Brown's district and 2 of them are in Dennis Cruz's district. So I guess my thinking is that we kind of want one person to be the point person for that state senator. So we'll probably sort that out and put one or the other of those district captains, have it be their responsibility.
All right.
Like whoever seems to be most effective at getting with their state rep, I'll probably have them also do the state senator.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of empty spots, empty cells there, empty blocks. I hope as we go along here, we'll see more activity.
Yeah, that's the game plan. I ask everybody to save the link for this in their favorites, and then just from time to time to, as they engage in activities, to record things, because we got things on there like social media postings, and I think it's hard for people if they post something on Facebook or something to remember then to get back here and put that on. And
Yeah.
some people probably do post on social media, other people don't. But yeah, I think there's probably perhaps more going on than we see, but part of this is I'm hoping to develop this so people will get in the habit of putting things in, and then I will do a call this month, and I'm hoping to get everybody on it, and people kind of brainstorm and figure out, more things they can do, and see what they're down and realize, okay, I have conversations with people I hadn't really put those down, or I do social media, post on Facebook, get people to record those things so that we have a better handle on what people are doing, and then also just to encourage people to say, those are things that I can do, even if I can't do everything every month, but there's stuff everybody can be doing each month.
Okay. Let me see if I can get to what I wanted to bounce off of you tonight. All right. Here's what I'm thinking about. I'm still hearing an echo there. Is that you, Gary?
Let me mute mine again.
All right. What I'm thinking about is developing I'm just calling it right now a district captain performance competition. In other words, a way to measure district captain performance on this report each month and attach a score to the performance so that we develop a bit of a competition here amongst district captains to see who is the outstanding performer for the given month. And of course then we would recognize that that district captain on the state call, and we would publish a ranking of the district captains based on their score. Now, so what I've done here is I've taken the region captain status report and I've eliminated a couple things, but and I'm still working on this, okay? But basically what I've come up with here so far is I'm not changing the region captain portion of the report or the region captain duties here. That's still their duty, main responsibility here each month is to recruit new district captains where necessary. But when we get down into the district activity, what I've done is you can see here after each category or task, I've assigned points to it. So as it turns out, the legislative area would be worth 20 points, the grassroots area would be worth 20 points, and the communications area would be worth 20 points for a total of 60 points. Now what I've eliminated on here is I've eliminated the social media postings, and I've eliminated the self-governance areas just because they're too hard to measure. Of course, now we're a bit on the honor system with this. I understand that. And Paul and I've got to decide in the legislative area, what warrants getting 5 points every month for a district captain. We don't want them meeting with their legislators every month, but we need to come up with something that they can do to earn their 5 points. Maybe it's just establish a future appointment. I don't know. I need to get with Paul to determine what the district captain needs to do to earn 5 points in these different categories here. But in the grassroots area, each of these would be worth 2 points. Establishing a co-leader is worth 4 points. And holding a district meeting of some type, like a town hall or coffee or something, that's worth 10 points, because that's something that we want to stress, that we want the district captains to do every month. So that activity alone is worth 10 points. When we get down here into communications, attending the state call is 5 points. Attending the region call would be 5 points. And conducting then a district call would be worth 10 points, because that's another thing that we're stressing here. So the way I've got it set up now, and again, this is not something I'm ready to put out there yet, but right now the total would be 60 points if a district captain did every one of these things in a given month. So what do you think?
Yeah, this is good. Quite honestly, the first thing this reminded me of is the social capital thing.
Right.
Somebody who's getting points for responding to an article, and actually some of these things that you have, you can get points in Patriot games if you log that you do that. So this looks kind of like the same thing, and I think it could work really well. It just depends on the personalities of the district captains. Some people are real competitive, and some aren't.
I understand. Now, I could also see in the future, when we get region captains in place, someday when we have 9 region captains in place, we can convert this to a region captain performance report, so that everything that their district captains are doing down here would contribute to an overall score for the region, so that we could develop a little competition amongst the region captains. But
you think it would help if there was some kind of prize for the winner each month, like a COS hat, or some swag from the store, or I don't know what it would be, but some way of recognizing the winner?
Oh, you don't think being recognized on the state call is that's not enough?
For some people, that would be.
They get to go on COS Indiana Live. They get to be interviewed on COS Indiana Live.
Oh, but
that could scare people away, I guess. I don't. Well, that's a good point. I'll tell you what. Back in my working days, company I worked for, we were set up on. I'm pretty sure we did this. We were set up on districts, and there was a contest like this, a monthly competition for district performance. Of course, we were divided amongst. We were set up in regions, and the district performance competition was among the districts within that region, the region that I was in. But I think there was, if I recall right, there was a plaque that the district that won the competition each month got named on the plaque, and the plaque was then sent to the district that was the winner, the winning district. Plus, then each district got to, the winning district got to bill the other districts up to $100 as a prize. So we can't do that sort of thing. I don't know. There's got to be some way that we. I agree with you that we would need to come up with some way to recognize the winning district captain. So, what are your thoughts, Gary?
Well, it looks, quite formal in the sense of the structure and who, are the region captains going to fill in the numbers for people, or district captains going to do this on their own, or I don't know. I mean,
well, like I said, this is there's an honor system involved here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the district captains are going to have to fill this in. Yeah, the district captains have to fill in their particular area down here. And they would then total up their own score so that we would know what their score would be.
Okay.
For the month. I suppose, Gary, you could work it any way you wanted to. I guess I'm thinking more of the regions where we don't have a region captain right now, but
yeah.
you could work it any way you wanted to.
Yeah, it might be interesting to give that a try. Maybe go to some look at a region you don't have any, you don't have a region captain. You got 4 or 5 district captains, and try it with them and to be the outstanding district captain in that region to see what happens. I think I'm kind of with Paul in the sense that I think that there are some, it's kind of going to depend. Some people are going to get fired up about, hey, I want to win the competition. Other people are going to think, oh, this looks more like a job than a volunteer thing. So I don't know. I think it's one of the kind of things you almost got to try and see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just wanted to bounce it off of you, and you give it some thought, give me some more feedback. Paul, I want you to think about in the legislative area here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to come up with something they need to do every month, but I'll give that some thought.
Obviously, like I said, we don't want them trying to meet with their legislators every month. But how often are we going to want them to meet with their legislators? Quarterly? Let's say if we require them to meet quarterly, if they've met with the legislator and they presented the 34 Ready program, then obviously that would be worth 5 points on each of those. And I'm thinking if they've got an appointment already set up for the next quarter, where they're going to meet with them again and discuss the 34 Ready again, then they could award themselves 5 points each month for that.
Yeah.
So they would either have a meeting or they've got an appointment set, would get them the 5 points for each of those categories.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is going to be a on your honor type thing, but hopefully it would spur on some competition, some friendly competition. Plus, it then gives us another measure of the district captains that are doing the job and those that are not.
Yep.
All right. Well, see, I haven't asked you guys to do anything more work-wise on this, have I? Not yet, at least.
Well, you asked us to do some thinking, and sometimes that's pretty hard work.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Just that's about all that we have to cover tonight. Anybody got anything else?
Hey, I just posted on the Indiana Slack and the events channel a flyer for the Reagan's Bean Dinner coming up November 1st. Maya and I already signed up to go. It's just like the Lincoln Day dinner we did in the Springdale.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Lindsey Graham is the guest speaker.
Is that right?
Yep.
Here in Allen County, huh?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Well, I guess Lindsey's kind of back on good terms with a lot of Republicans now, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Something happened to him.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Let's just hope he sticks.
Yeah, his stock has gone up a lot, and
yeah.
I think he's. You wonder if he has ambitions for higher offices or something. Because
Yeah. Well, were you surprised about Nikki Haley today?
Well, that was unexpected, but you try to do the math on some of it, and perhaps whoever moves in to replace her creates another opening that maybe Lindsey Graham is vying for, and that allows Nikki Haley to be appointed as his replacement.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that theory. Too.
So maybe somebody like John Bolton to go back to the UN, and Lindsey Graham becomes National Security Advisor, and Nikki Haley becomes a senator.
Yeah. Going to be interesting. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I think she's really done a good job as the UN ambassador.
Yeah.
Sure seems like it.
Yeah, she might be a real great addition to the Senate.
Yeah.
Certainly an effective spokesperson for this.
Okay. Gary, I don't know if I told you about this or not, but we're going to, I'm going to try and start a Facebook Live broadcast called COS Indiana Live.
Oh.
And we'll be broadcasting on through the Indiana Facebook page. And we're going to kick that off next Monday evening, the 15th, 7 o'clock. So hopefully we'll be getting some promotional announcements out, but it'll be on the COS Convention of State Indiana Facebook page. And Paul's going to be my first guest. So just make you aware of that.
Okay, will you be inviting all the district captains or everybody?
Oh yeah. We'll put out. We're trying to orient this toward new people to get them interested in convention estates here in Indiana. So it's geared toward new people, but we certainly would like existing people to tune into it also, to listen to it as support. Okay, our next region captain call then will be Tuesday, November 6th. I just wonder if I ought to.
Is there something going on that day?
I think there's something going on that day.
It might be a big day.
We might want to, let's move that to the 13th at 9 p.m.
Okay.
So now, Gary, will you then set up another report for the month of October?
Yep.
And send me the link to it so that I can view it from time to time throughout the month.
Right.
Okay?
I will do that.
Okay,
I'll
guys.
probably print this off and then zero everything out.
Right.
But yeah, so the same link should work.
Will it? I didn't. I mean, I believe you, but I didn't know if it works that way or not.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll try and find out. All right, guys. If you guys haven't got anything else, that's it for tonight.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Yep.
Did they hear that echo?
Yeah.